We are back with the Sunderland crew mode, and in the last episode, that one game episode, by the way, we got a 1-0 win over Man City, which Duranville scored an absolute screamer past Donnarumma, who had a bit of a mare of a day. Man City had the last chance to attack late on in the game and hit the post, but really the main highlights of the game were those two bits. Anyways, moving into the game, you have our next match is Sunderland versus Newcastle. Well, it's always an exciting meet-up when you have two Premier League teams come together and have a wonderful season. But will one of them come out on top to become one of the best played teams in this game? Which one will come out on top? Yeah, well, you're going to hope. You're going to keep hoping and dreaming. Sunderland's dream is to win a Champions League at some point. That is far off for the now. I mean, right now, could happen next season. You never know. I mean, all I'm saying is they could get in. They're in the Champions League next season, almost. Chance comes in the box, and this is not enough to keep for the keeper. For a head, the header was not enough to get the ball to go flying past the keeper. But pressure will still be on. Newcastle take the chance. Put it wide. Rubis. Now Mukiele. Granit Xhaka. Duranville. Chris Rigg. Adingra! Shot saved by, I think that's Nick Pope. Players like Shah and Barnes in the middle. Header. Well, Bicey was not able to go in. Unlucky one because it was actually not a bad bicycle kick. The fact he tried it was crazy. Anyways. Adingra. Can't get the ball over Ramsdale, who's in goal. Don't ask why. When did Ramsdale leave Southampton to go to Newcastle? Am I imagining things? But Nick Pope's no longer... unless Nick Pope didn't play in this game. Don't know what's happened to Nick Pope, but he must have been kidnapped. Or Nick Pope napped. Pope napped. Anyways, ball coming down this side with Sunderland. They've got the chance, but he's offside. It was a good chance there, as you could see, but it just was offside. The pass weren't bad, but it just went. He just slipped himself into an offside position. That ball sent forward for Adingra. Don't think he'll pass because he'll be offside. He don't need a teammate. He does it on his own. He puts them 1-0 up. It's Sunderland 1. Newcastle 0 at the Stadium of Light. A 1-0 win at the Etihad. A 1-0 win currently at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland keep on going. They keep going, and as long as they keep winning, no matter what happens, Tottenham can't. They'll stay top because as long as they're basically in a situation where the second they drop points, whether they win or when they draw or lose, second they drop points, they're cooked. Chance coming in. Brian Brobby makes it 2. Sunderland 2. Newcastle 0. And oh my God, what a game this has been so far. Newcastle will get the last chance of this first half. And Sunderland will panic and put it out, but thinking, oh yeah, they'll give the half-time whistle. Well, they don't. Have they made a mistake here? Yes, they have. And no, they haven't. The mistake has been neutralised. The threat's been neutralised. And they will take that point from it. The pass was the worst pass I think I've ever seen in football history. It was possibly one of the worst passes I've seen Mukiele make before. Wasn't a very good pass. if anything. Duranville. Onto Rig. Back to Duranville. Trying to recreate that one against Donnarumma. He ain't going to do it yet. Xhaka crosses in. Xhaka's cross has been cleared away from the dangerers. There's Duranville out wide. Gertruda. Nukili. Duranville. Tough tackle on Gordon. Duranville will get the ball from her. Will be able to take the throw in. Shot from Duranville. He has to get it better than that. He has to get a better shot than that if he wants to succeed in shooting from there. I mean, we've already had a Dingra do one this game. So all they need now is a third goal, and this game has been put on lockdown. And we can officially say that Sunderland have won. But it's just one more goal will defo secure the win for Sunderland right now. Surely one more will secure the win. Anyways, there's that one. Newcastle will play Chelsea next in the Premier League. It will be a big fight between those two teams, who I think are fighting for mid-table mandams. Mid-table mandams, FE, is both of those teams actually. Although technically Sunderland are the best team in the league right now, with possibly the least losses you could possibly get. I think we lost one game this season. Possibly two, but here we go. Adingra. Laffy. Brobby. Laffy! Shot has been put behind for a corner. Granit Xhaka pops it into the middle. The bicycle kick, whoever that was. It was Alderete. Alderete that came out of nowhere to try and pull a bicycle kick off. See if they can somehow bring something into this. Shot! Saved. What a save by the keeper there. Cross comes in. Still with Sunderland with Mukili. Now back to Rig. Laffy. Quick ball to Adingra. Adingra onto Ronaldo. Looking for his first goal of the season. Can't get it. Xhaka. With the corner again. Same routine. Whips it in. Bicycle kick from Ronaldo that time. Just is honestly not enough power behind the kick to get it to go in. It's a goal! And it took a massive deflection, but it went in. It's what a goal. It's Sunderland 3, Newcastle 0. And before we go any further, it's Sunderland 3, Newcastle 0 at full time. Yeah, well, great game from Sunderland. The Black Cats still alive in this Premier League title race. It's unusual to see them up there, but next up is Carabao Cup match against Liverpool. And it's time for the Carabao Cup quarter-final, I think it is, between Liverpool and Sunderland. Well, Sunderland, as you can see, just dominated the field against Newcastle. Can they do the same here against Liverpool? We saw in the league how it went. It ended 1-0 Sunderland. Will it end similar results? Or will it end as a win for Liverpool? All depends. It's another game against Liverpool at Anfield for Sunderland. What will they do here? The header just sails over the net by a margin. This is Carabao Cup we're talking about here, so Liverpool can't just say, oh well, we've still got a bit of a couple more points we can pick up this season because it's now Cup match. If they lose to Sunderland, the criticism Liverpool will get will be insane. If they lose for the second time this season, it's going to be horrible anyways. Even if they lose, it won't just be the criticism for how they've been knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Sunderland, but it will also be the criticism of how they have lost to them twice in one season. Twice in a matter of 2 months. Now, Liverpool are a good team. Well, not IRL. Horrible. Just recently drew 3-3 to Leeds United, which I think is a bit bad, in my opinion. Quite bad for Liverpool. Drawing to Leeds United by 3-3 is crazy. But I mean, I can't talk. Arsenal lost 2-1 to Aston Villa, so I mean, yeah, anything could happen this season. It's all turning on its head and everything's going to happen. Anyways, back to IRL. Back to the career mode. Sunderland coming forward with the ball here. Keeper just about keeps it over the net. Xhaka with a cross. Cleared. Robbie! And I was just about to say it's Sunderland 1, Liverpool 0 again, but sadly it was offside. Robbie really disappointed that he couldn't get the opening goal in this affair between these two teams at Anfield because he was offside by probably, I think it was his boot that was offside. Hits the post now, Robbie. He's been put off now. He got told he can't have his first goal because it was offside. And now, well, Sunderland are clearly a better team in this season out of these two teams. Clearly, by a mile. Now, Sunderland still trying to put that pressure on because they're trying their hardest. Adingra. Saved by Alisson. Yeah, it's just going to be the same. Alisson, last game in the Premier League, Alisson was just like... I think it was Chris Rigg kept shooting and Alisson saved. And it went straight back out to Chris Rigg. He shot. And guess what? Alisson saved. And it was the same thing over and over. Like, we only ever saw, I think it was Chris Rigg on the ball, it seems. Not one of those did he score, though. Is the problem there. Not one of those shots did he actually score. Before the half-time interval! And that time, Robbie's goal will count. Just before the half-time whistle, he comes in clutch and does what they've needed. Absolutely what they've needed is that. Anyway, second half on the way. Sunderland playing about with the ball against Liverpool here. Just trying to pull away to keep the ball off of Liverpool. Shot has gone way wide and the keeper doesn't even need to try and make a save. But he will have to keep pressuring sooner or later. But ball comes out. Shot saved. Put behind for a corner. Decent save that was. Cross comes in. That will be another corner for Sunderland. Corner FC right now. They definitely aren't Arsenal though because they can't score from corners. Doesn't seem like they know how to score from a corner. Yeah, they don't seem to know how to score from corners, so they're not Arsenal. That's all we know. They're not like Arsenal. They're not Corner FC. They don't score all their goals from corner. If anything, they score all their goals from wing play. Because if it weren't for the fact they play the ball down the wing all the time, Sunderland would be absolutely horrible. That was a close one. That was a very close shot. He almost put it top corner, but he just hit the bar. It's a shame because it was a good shot, and I think the Sunderland fans would have been more than happy. That had gone floating in. They would have been up and down, and there would have been fights after the game and everything, but I guess it was not meant to be. Sunderland being a bit too confident and are currently shooting from anywhere they can now. if I was them, I'd suggest get another goal before they start trying to be cocky. Because otherwise they are going to absolutely mess up here completely. They're going to fully mess up. That'll be offside, I think. He's clearly onside. That's the goal! And Robbie doubles the game. And he doubles the scoreline. He doubles his goals. He doubles the scoreline. It's 2 goals from Robbie. Brian Robbie on form today against Liverpool at Anfield. And he looks like he's on track for a 3rd. But he's just trying to shoot from anywhere now. I mean, we did say 1 more goal would be enough. And I think at this point in the game, probably 1 more goal. Liverpool struggling to even get a shot in this game. In these games overall. So, let's just see how it goes. Anyways, ball coming down by Liverpool. Pushed into Isaac. Isaac can't keep hold of it. Now given to Sunderland. Brian Robbie. Onside. Shot. Goal. Robbie hat-trick. Sunderland will probably... I think we can say this game's done. And I think we can say Liverpool's time in the Carabao Cup this season is over. I mean, I think there's still some small teams left in the Carabao Cup. Including, I think it's Barnsley, Cardiff, possibly. Those other teams are left. And that will be it. Full time whistle has gone. And it ends Liverpool 0. Sunderland 3. At Anfield. Stoke City beat Arsenal 4-3 on penalties after a 2-2 draw. Nottingham Forest beat Tottenham Hotspur 1-1 in the game and then 1-4-2 on penalties. Charlton Athletic lost 1-0 to Man City. So I think possibly Stoke versus Sunderland, Forest versus City, which wouldn't be the worst one. If we get City, we're cooks. If we get Forest, maybe not. But I want to secure our chance in this final and have Sunderland. I wanted to have Stoke City, which means they now got Man City, which means I really want to have Stoke for the final, but I doubt it will happen. Anyways, Brighton is what's happening now. Brighton. They got a game in hand there, Man City, so don't worry. They got a game in hand. Sunderland have a game here against Brighton at the Stadium of Light. No, not at the Stadium of Light. And at Amex, I think. Brighton Stadium's called. I'm not sure. But I don't know how I feel about playing with the snow because it just makes me confused. Like, the balls just come. Well, if there's anywhere that's saying it's not Christmas, well, this is defo a wintry feeling here at Brighton versus Sunderland. We are down south and we can defo see a big bit of football happening. And maybe some slip and slide after the game. Maybe the players, if they win, will celebrate with a free slip and slide. Brian Robbie is offside, so he cannot keep hold of the ball, and that will be given away to Brighton. But it's like, was there any point giving it away because Sunderland then went and got it back anyway, so what's there any point giving it away? Brighton pulling forward now. Perform something, but no. They just hit it miles across the goal. Not even on target. Trying to get the ball right down that line. Can't quite do it. Now Brighton have the attack here. Fizzles out because Sunderland on an attack. Robbie almost puts it in the net from that distance. If he did, oh, good on to him, because that would have been a great goal if he had put it in from there. But anyways, chances come and go, and Brighton still have chances in this game because Sunderland aren't taking the better of their chances that they're getting this game. Sunderland are getting the chances that they could need for a goal. They're just not getting them because of... They're just not getting the chances because of the... Because Sunderland are just taking them... Sunderland aren't taking the chances that they get seriously. And in a 0-0 situation, shooting from random distances is not what you want to be doing when you want to win. But you're shooting from 500 yards out when you're 0-0 in with more than one half to go, early on in the first half, and you're shooting from halfway line or something like that. It's just not what you want to do. This time, Robbie gets it. Onside, chips the keeper, can't quite do it actually. Messed up the chip in the keeper part. But either way, Sunderland keep the ball anyway, so... It's a good job that didn't go down to Robbie, because I'm glad that didn't happen, because he would have been glad, because he was actually offside at the time. So if that ball had gone through to him, he was offside. Ball would be handed over to Brighton. Now the chance comes here. Final chance of this first half. And they absolutely smash it into the net. Just a shame they hit the side netting. Just a shame they hit the side netting, not the actual... inside of the net. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying there. Anyways. Brighton will continue to pressure while Sunderland will continue to mess up their chances as normal, I think. Or will Sunderland take one of these chances for granted and actually take and use them properly? Because they're getting chances all over the pitch. They're dominating on this field. They're dominating on and off the pitch. In the league, physically and mentally. Don't know what's happened with their new manager coming in, but it's definitely helped. Shots at a goal! Oh my goodness, it's Rig. He pulls it out of the bag. It's 1-0. And I've noticed something with Sunderland this season, that as long as their goal ain't too late, once they start, they don't like to stop. And yeah, we found that out the hard way when they started at Liverpool, or they started with Newcastle, or even with Barnet earlier on in the season when they won 8, I think it was 6-0. But there's Robbie offside. Ball handed over. Chance goes behind. Keeper's not looking happy. I just think if I was a Sunderland manager, I'm not happy with this performance so far. From a manager's point of view, I'm not happy with this performance for Sunderland. They should have done better. They should be doing way better than this. They're just... Oh my God! The rebound came straight off a defender, off of Van Hecke, and went straight in. It's an absolute great goal. Sunderland did not expect that shot to actually go in. It's shot from the outside of the box. And Van Hecke gives away an own goal for Sunderland to feed off of, to give them more confidence. Sunderland, it's Brighton and Hove Albion 0. Sunderland 2. Yeah, well, this is getting to a very exciting point where now Brian Robbie will run through. I think he tracked the run on time. He did make the run on time. almost a third, but isn't yet a third. Cross comes in. Anyways. "3-0. They've done what they did against Liverpool. They started scoring. They don't want to stop. That's it. That's probably going to be it now. Final chance of the game. Them to make it 4! Oh my goodness. It's a belting of a bat. It's a belting of a hit. And of course, it's Chris Rigg who will make it 4-0 to Sunderland. And at the Amex Stadium, it's Brighton Hove Albion 0. Sunderland 4. Great game for Sunderland. A big positive interview will be held after this game. And they will walk away with smiles on their faces. And we will start off the next episode with a new Merseyside derby again. So if you want to see that, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.